H2O flow, sheep, Canaanland Moorish, Release fall, Shalom Davis, salute, check it, they say they wanna learn, they only debate, referencing the truth, trust me, they only sound the great, only nationality before you question my state. I'm not a minority, why you so late? Majority rules, here comes the test fact, that's my hand in the form of a V on the chest, that's a womb that is blessed like a moon and a crest. Major forever, infinite mindset. Major from birth, that's a seed in process. I'm a Moor that is easy to digest. Competent, never Tyrannidian. That is my lab, never fake it. Sacred traditions, petitions for what you're not Jamaican. Lord's land, support more. Everybody needs more. If you need more, following apostles, we should read more. I see the unseen more before. More and more back. Canaanland.
They say they want to learn, complain classes are too long. Don't want it on a phone call, energy too strong.
Lord's Day, H2O flow, sheep, Canaanland Moorish, Release fall, Shalom Davis, salute, check it, they say they wanna learn, they only debate, referencing the truth, trust me, they only sound the great, only nationality before you question my state. I'm not a minority, why you so late? Majority rules, here comes the test fact, that's my hand in the form of a V on the chest, that's a womb that is blessed like a moon and a crest. Major forever, infinite mindset. Major from birth, that's a seed in process. I'm a Moor that is easy to digest. Competent, never Tyrannidian. That is my land, never fake it. Sacred traditions, petitions for what you're not Jamaican. Lord's land, support more. Everybody needs more. If you need more, following apostles, we should read more. I see the unseen more before. More and more back. Canaanland.
They say they want to learn, complain classes are too long. Don't want it on a phone call, energy too strong. Get it from the wrong source, now they way off course. Think they must be Muslim and give up on all sports. Should give up the red meat, must give up on all porks. Won't be yelling harder when the bottles are uncorked. Eating with the spoon, use forks for tuning. Eating humble pie, no ego ballooning. Samson 2 caterpillars, got him cocooning as the full moon hung spiral energy moving. Up through the crown chakra, energy shooting and told me upload classes before live YouTubing. 16,000 subscribers, 20% consuming, 80% troll pretending to be tuned in. Comment on every video, pushing the thumbs down. We'll push the link when we live just like a clown. Pouring in the incompetence, always debating. Dissing Drew Ali but won't give their location. His image on the black banner, that's medication. Just get him out of here, Yusuf yells in frustration. We know they're playing games, we're not berating. Calling 911, charlatans penetrating. In defense of prophets and mothers abused. And newly awakened Moors, amused and confused.
H2O flow, sheep, Canaanland Moorish, Release fall, Shalom Davis, salute, check it,
My key don't expire, my legs don't tire.
Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel. Unstoppable agents should just retire. I'm from the empire.
No matter what you say,
I'm from the empire.
L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and
I'm
Days.
from the empire. Draw leave out the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Energy likes to flow, don't dam it up. Keep growing, let them hate and get mad at us. They ain't really had enough.
Nah.
So the truth we keep hammering till it's a part of every part, and there's no more battling, no more denying who you really are. Imagine if there were no Moors denying who they really are. A Lodi on no rentors, hire yourself the mentor. Dirty Moors and temptors, caveat emptor. When I look below, I see the road where schemes work, where traitors grin, where the culprits and the fiends lurk. What it seems first might not be what it is. View the world through the pineal, not your other lids. Now you know just what it is. There's no hiding in the age of Aquarius. Various truths now known to the average man, and I'm glad it is. A fake life ain't what I'm with. Support the real, not the fraudulent. Facts are non-debatable. This is not an argument. And why they say I'm not going back and forth with you? All combos are back and forth, so what's the issue? You need some tissue for your crybaby ways. I'm from the empire, not a slave. I'm amazed how many people in denial to this day refuse to turn away from the path that leads straight to the grave. I'm from the empire. Don't inspire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel. Unstoppable agents should just retire. I'm from the empire. No matter what you say, I'm from the empire. L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days. I'm from the empire. Draw leave out the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Yeah, road tax, income tax, inheritance tax, low interest value added tax, and add more tax on top of that. They picking straws like these lotto man. Legalese by these legal teas, you be catching feelings, paying all these fees.
My D don't expire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel. Unstoppable agents should just retire. I'm from the empire.
No matter what you say,
I'm from the empire.
L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and
I'm
Days.
from the empire. Draw leave out the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Energy likes to flow, don't dam it up. Keep growing, let them hate and get mad at us. They ain't really had enough.
Nah.
So the truth we keep hammering till it's a part of every part, and there's no more battling, no more denying who you really are. Imagine if there were no Moors denying who they really are. A Lodi on no rentors, hire yourself the mentor. Dirty Moors and temptors, caveat emptor. When I look below, I see the road where schemes work, where traitors grin, where the culprits and the fiends lurk. What it seems first might not be what it is. View the world through the pineal, not your other lids. Now you know just what it is. There's no hiding in the age of Aquarius. Various truths now known to the average man, and I'm glad it is. A fake life ain't what I'm with. Support the real, not the fraudulent. Facts are non-debatable. This is not an argument. And why they say I'm not going back and forth with you? All combos are back and forth, so what's the issue? You need some tissue for your crybaby ways. I'm from the empire, not a slave. I'm amazed how many people in denial to this day refuse to turn away from the path that leads straight to the grave. I'm from the empire.
Don't inspire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel. Unstoppable agents should just retire. I'm from the empire.
No matter what you say,
I'm from the empire.
L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and
I'm
Days.
from the empire. Draw leave out the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Yeah, road tax, income tax, inheritance tax, low interest value added tax, and add more tax on top of that. They picking straws like these lotto man. Legalese by these legal teas, you be catching feelings, paying all these fees. Naturally, commonly, the law applies to humanity without a loss or injury. Shawshank, we free. Psychotherapy publication, RV. The more price you don't like, you must be crazy. Send me out and call it brotherly. 20,000 and we talking Philly. That's why Julie told you to study, cause niggas love money. So buyers beware, package sellers, nine feathers, L's and bays. They come in all shapes and forms with agent ways. What you paying for? A star in the moon, pyramid, compass, two trinities and three threes. You pay for Islam when that's free. It's who I am, evergreen, repping everlasting life. They channeling my energy over candlelight. Pentagon, 5 points, ignite. The empire strikes.
My D don't expire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel, unstoppable age, you should just retire. I'm from the empire. No matter what you say, I'm from the empire. L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days. I'm from the empire. Drew Ali brought the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Then we burn fire, tie up traitors, cut off tongues of liars, thought power, make them cower and raise flames higher. Burn to crisp dirty Moors, and opportunist scheming. Have you not mastered fruition, just believing? Have you in Balenciaga, not a duality? Our empire bumps wild hellfire and duality.
My D don't expire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel, unstoppable age, you should just retire. I'm from the empire. No matter what you say, I'm from the empire. L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days. I'm from the empire. Drew Ali brought the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire. Energy likes to flow, don't dam it up. Keep growing, let them hate and get mad at us. They ain't really had enough. So the truth we keep hammering till it's a part of every part and there's no more battling. No more denying who you really are. Imagine if there were no Moors denying who they really are. A Lodio, no rentors, hire yourself the mentor. Dirty Moors and temptors, caveat emptor. When I look below, I see the road where schemes work. Where traitors grin, where the culprits and the fiends lurk. What it seems first might not be what it is. View the world through the pineal, not your other lids. Now you know just what it is. There's no hiding in the age of Aquarius. Various truths now known to the average man, and I'm glad it is. A fake life ain't what I'm with. Support the real, not the fraudulent. Facts are non-debatable. This is not an argument. And why they say I'm not going back and forth with you? All combos are back and forth, so what's the issue? You need some tissue for your crybaby ways. I'm from the empire, not a slave. I'm amazed how many people in denial to this day refuse to turn away from the path that leads straight to the grave. I'm from the empire. Don't inspire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel, unstoppable age, you should just retire. I'm from the empire. No matter what you say, I'm from the empire. L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days. I'm from the empire. Drew Ali brought the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Yeah, road tax, income tax, inheritance tax, low interest value added tax, and add more tax on top of that. They picking straws like these lotto man. Legalese by these legal G's. You'll be catching feelings, paying all these fees. Naturally, commonly, the law applies to humanity without a loss or injury. Shawshank, we free. Psychotherapy publication, RV. The more price you don't like, you must be crazy. Send me out and call it brotherly. 20,000 and we talking Philly. That's why Julie told you to study, cause niggas love money. So buyers beware, package sellers, nine feathers, L's and Bays. They come in all shapes and forms with agent ways. What you paying for? A star in the moon, pyramid, compass, two trinities and three threes. You pay for Islam when that's free. It's who I am, evergreen, repping everlasting life. They channeling my energy over candlelight. Pentagon, 5 points, ignite. The empire strikes.
My D don't expire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel, unstoppable age, you should just retire. I'm from the empire. No matter what you say, I'm from the empire. L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days. I'm from the empire. Drew Ali brought the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Then we burn fire, tie up traitors, cut off tongues of liars, taught power, make them cower and raise flames higher. Burn to crisp dirty Moors, and opportunist scheming. Have you not mastered fruition, just believing? Have you in Balenciaga, not a duality? Our empire bumps wild hellfire and duality. Feathers or turbans, with no shrine of symbols, or tuck tassels. Nobles, not vassals, temples or castles. Scimitars are moon phases. Lions roam, birds sing from no cages. Ageless, elders with the staff, purple amethyst round tables. The day's order, nationality, no false labels. Shadow in their stables, felt for missing fables. Disconnected, no energy through Allah's cables. Missing the message that's hidden in questions. Have no regrets in life, just learn lessons. Turn curses into blessings, not blessings. In public, stay private, keep them guessing. Ceilings like the heavens, as foreigners obsess our possessions. When given our sacred resins, judicial confessions bring up reflections of past life aggressions. Ancient royalty had processions and no depressions. His quest for knowledge made mental health flourish and told me never deny that my empire is
My
Moorish.
speed don't expire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel unstoppable. Agents should just retire. I'm from the empire. No matter what you say, I'm from the empire. L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days. I'm from the empire. Drew Ali, brought the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence alarm makes it a literal lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets took me up right, brought me to a lost gate.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence alarm makes it a literal lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets took me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, rapping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. And no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death, dipping slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astro plane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Moorish Moor, key man or oracle. Using trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost in metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts like a dirty Moor or a duality critical.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence alarm makes it a literal lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets told me upright, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, rapping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but do I lay in plain sight. But people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astro plane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life. Finish him.
Moorish Moor, key man or oracle, using trinity powers, decipher allegorical, lost in metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic, facts slap a dirty Moor or a Drew Ali critic, calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved, or cut like a close shave, drowned in my brainwaves, squash my heat waves, activating Kundalini, Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini, Selassie I in exile, reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real, all I see is false evidence, VA are feminists, stomped on by elephants, won't let go prejudice but want Moorish benefits, when you feel the pull magnetic resonance, apis horns of the sacred book called Maleficent, great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness, no pestilence, ace all the testaments, tap into remembrance, never to forget again, use energy right, not put spell effects on men, wandering the earth plane with no they live shades, keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades, it's been decades since Christian crusades, not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets, holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday, war ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors present Common Sense Quickie. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
Bet they won't give it a try. Bet they won't give it a try. They talk crazy though. And they'll talk crazy on a Tuesday. You know what happens on Tuesdays? Are you nuts? You know what happens on Tuesdays? Holding the fence burning. Holding the fence burning. Holding the fence burning. Burning. In order for a woman, and we're talking about these toxic matriarchs, these toxic Moabitesses that you people are pushing and promoting, these harlots of Babylon that you people are promoting. We're not talking about the mothers, the true and faithful, honorable mothers. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the hoes of the Moorish movement, the sluts of the Moorish movement. That's what we're talking about. So don't start talking BS. Why are they talking to women like that? We're not talking to women. We're talking to whores, prostitutes right now, queens, these queen whoever's. You want to be a queen? You're Moorish American, and you still saying you're a queen? Thought Drew Ali said give Rome back their stuff. In order for women to compete intersexually and as well intrasexually, it was adaptive for women to deceive both their rivals and men in order to match the male preferences and obtain an optimal male. Does it sound like they're dealing with some animals? Doesn't sound like the wild beast that they got on the stick with the noose on his neck trying to hold him back. And it's just ravaged like a zombie. Just want your blood. And look at your dumbass giving it up to him. Look at you, big dummy. Consistent with this reasoning, research has found that women may employ deceptive tactics in order to align with the male's mate preferences. Previous research discovered that deception typically involved women altering their physical appearance, altering the appearance of their body through behaviors
such as wearing facial makeup and exaggerating their hip movements while walking. You people don't know yet. You don't know yet that Kudro L is toad of 5 deadly venoms. You don't know yet. You don't know that nothing you could say could do anything to me. But we're gonna bury you people. We're gonna bury you in the back. We're gonna bury you in the back, right? Your adeptesses wearing makeup and all that stuff. Got the fake hair, the fake eyelashes, the fake ass, fake vulva. They're getting shots to make their vulva look good now when they wear tight stuff. These are the matriarchs you're talking about? These ones? These are the matriarchs that's supposed to get us out of whatever BS we're dealing with this European? These fake Moors right here? These dirty traitor, treasonous, infiltrate the Moorish movement, get themselves a turban and fez or whatever like that, start parading around like they're for the Moorish movement when, no, they're, look at me. Look at them. Look at them. These are the whores of Babylon, of the Moorish movement that you people are condoning right now because you're not saying anything about it. FOH to all you people. You sell out, let stuff pass, dirty Moors. Letting stuff pass. Keep in mind, previous research discovered that deception typically involved women altering their physical appearance, altering the appearance of their body through behaviors such as wearing facial makeup and exaggerating their hip movements while walking, and withholding their age when writing a personal advertisement for a mate. This is what you're dealing with. This is them. Your adeptus mothers practicing the art of deception on your dumbass because you think this is not divine and national. These are your Moorish matriarchs. These ones. These are your Moorish matriarchs. These are the women that we're supposed to follow, and we're supposed to have people give their children to these women to teach them what? To teach them what? What are they teaching them? This is what you want your children to grow up to start doing? This is what you want? As a Moor, as a Moorish mother, you're telling me you're sitting back with your children, this stuff pops up on the IG or whatever, and you're telling your daughter, oh, look, this is the proper representation of a Moorish woman. This is what you're going to show your children? And you say that you're Moors? You're saying that you're Moors? Deception at its finest by the harlots of Babylon. The harlots of Babylon is who are your mothers. They are my mothers. FOH to these people. These people are my mothers. But, you know, they're going to try. Again, remember, we're still dealing with this lesson. Remember, keep in mind. Keep in mind, we're still dealing with female deception. We didn't go anywhere yet. Previous research discovered that deception typically involved women altering their physical appearance, altering the appearance of their body through such behaviors as wearing facial makeup and exaggerating their hip movements while walking and withholding their age when writing personal advertisements. Women most frequently report using intersexual competition tactics. Remember, they keep talking about altering, right? Remember, they keep talking about altering.
You can sponsor Cujo today with just $1. Get him a bar of soap and a motherfucking retwist. He haven't had one since he became the grand bitch or whatever temple he's at. Cujo spends his night and day talking crazy on the internet to people. Talking about they haven't ran into the colonizer because they want to fuck him up because he's talking crazy. But not has he. His dumb, deaf, and blind followers come and try to save the day. But them themselves have not run into the colonizer. I smell cat and pulled up more receipts. You know what he did? Cujo blocked me and continued to talk his nonsense. They need help. Cujo needs help. Those comments just don't go as planned, huh? But that's not it. This man. This is Cujo. This is AKA the Trinidadian Bum. You can sponsor Cujo today with just $1. Get him a bar of soap and a motherfucking retwist. He hasn't had one since he became the grand bitch or whatever temple he's at. Cujo spends his night and day talking crazy on the internet to people. Talking about you can sponsor Cujo today with just $1. Get him a bar of soap and a motherfucking retwist. He hasn't had one since he became the grand bitch or whatever temple he's at. Cujo spends his night and day talking crazy on the internet to people. Talking about they haven't ran into the colonizer because they want to fuck him up because he's talking crazy. But not has he. His dumb, deaf, and blind followers come and try to save the day. But them themselves have not run into the colonizer. I smell cat and pulled up more receipts. You know what he did? Cujo blocked me and continued to talk his nonsense. They need help. Cujo needs help. Those comments just don't go as planned, huh? But that's not it. This man, Jamal Latimer, is Cujo's buddy. Mr. You're not a Moor until you get a case dismissed. Latimer is Cujo's buddy. Mr. You're not a Moor until you get a case dismissed. But that's not it. This man, Jamal Latimer, is Cujo's buddy. Mr. You're not a Moor until you get a case dismissed. How the times have changed, huh? He's not helping you, huh? Now you in the jail cell with a nigga hugged up on you like this, huh? That's not it. This man, Jamal Latimer, is Cujo's buddy. Mr. You're not a Moor until you get a case dismissed. How the times have changed, huh? He's not helping you, huh? Now you in the jail cell with a nigga hugged up on you like this. That's not it. This man, Jamal Latimer, is Cujo's buddy. Mr. You're not a Moor until you get a case dismissed. How the times have changed, huh? He's not helping you, huh? Now you in the jail cell with a nigga hugged up on you like this, huh? Mm-hmm.
These are them. These are your sellout sons that are gonna upload a video, leave out the Jamal Latimer part, right? Because remember, they're COINTELPRO. Remember, they're SPLC and all them. We already told you anybody talking against Moorish militia and Rise of the Moors are sellouts and traitors. We already told you that. What don't you get? What don't you get that you're being played? You're that sleep? The one slap that we gave you, that didn't wake you up yet. You're still asleep. And good point. Don't forget to check the Moors who are liking this video. People who say that they're with Moorish militia. People who say that they were with Rise of the Moors and support them liked this. All the Muslim guys, all the do Salat Moors, all them liked it. The toxic baby mothers and them liked it. And then I checked the whole like thing and I'm like, damn, all these people, they were riding with Rise of the Moors. Now they're liking something about somebody talking about somebody being in jail, getting hugged up by the whatever, and they're out right now. You know they're out right now. What are they fighting against? What are they fighting? Remember, these are the same harlots and whores that you're calling matriarchs and all that. This is them. What are they fighting against? Why are they mad? That's why they're mad. This is why they're mad. This is why they're upset, trying to take stuff out on Kudro. Don't try to turn stuff on me or whatever. Don't turn stuff on me. You're just mad that he didn't get shot up in the street like the niggers because he had arms. We figured it out. You're mad that they didn't murder these Moors so you could have a reason to point and say, see, we told you not to be Moors. Bringing Kudro in your Rise of the Moors hatred. Don't bring me in your Rise of the Moors hatred. We've been riding with Rise of the Moors. Matter of fact, when you got out, I got the personal thank you. FOH to you people. Where's your thank you? From Jamal Latimer. Where's your thank you at? Did you get a thank you? Did you get a thank you? All you people talking crazy about Kudro? If you didn't get a thank you, FOH to you. Because we know this is what you're against. You know, put Moors in a video talking about Jamal Latimer when you know that they're Bay. They know he's Bay. They were riding with Rise of the Moors. They were in the meetings when Rise of the Moors was setting up. They were in the Zoom meetings. Hell are you talking about? All the Muslim Moors, all of them were in the Zoom meetings. So how are they in the Zoom meetings when Moors are trying to organize to be a body politic? Muslim whoever's are down with it. They're at the meeting. They don't have no issues with Kudro. Well, you know, I want to be for the Moorish nation, so I'm going to put aside my differences with Kudro for the Moorish nation. FOH. Because right now you're liking stuff that's going against Rise of the Moors, who set up the meeting for Moorish unity that you were at. And now you're liking a video talking about his name is Jamal Latimer? And it's a Moor who made the video? It's not some European that made the video. Forget the Kudro's part. We're not concerned with no Kudro right now. Kudro's irrelevant. We're talking about the people who were at the meeting for the Rise of the Moors that were on the Zoom meeting that are liking a video disrespecting Moorish militia and Rise of the Moors right now. Disrespecting them. And you're talking about you want Moorish unity? How you want Moorish unity when you're against this? And we're talking to all you people who like the video. All of you FOH to you, because we know you're traitors. You played your cards, Soma. We know you're Muslim, just like El Mistrio. We know y'all are Muslim. Fez dealer. We know y'all are Muslim. You know you're Muslims. Don't mean I'm not going to go get my Mandalorian shirt or whatever. FOH. Hell kind of game you people playing? We've been supporting Fez dealer. Been supporting. We didn't just start supporting Fez dealer because he put up something online. We got a store now, so we're supporting. been supporting. But then he has boys who are Muslim, and then they're pushing some Muslim whatever. And because they're pushing some Muslim whatever, they think that we're gonna talk crazy about Fez Dealer and them. No, we don't know you people. Who are you? Who are you, El Mistrio? Who are you? I know you were at the meetings. I know Kudro been cussing you out. I know I've been telling people ever since the meetings, you guys sure you're ready for this or whatever like that? Because if you're not really serious in this stuff is done. And then what happened? Meeting's done. Nothing else happening. How come nothing else happened? Why? Because there's only traitors in there. If Drew Ali's the man, and he said only few faithful Moors, how many faithful Moors you got around you right now? Look around you and look at everybody and ask yourself, if Noble Drew Ali said few faithful Moors around him, and he's the man, how much people are around you? You ain't nobody. Who's Kudro? Kudro somebody? Kudro ain't nobody. Kudro's a speck on the speck of the speck of the speck of the speck if you took your doses or whatever. If you took your doses, you know how minuscule you are in the grand scheme. But you have some kind of part to play because you're in the grand scheme, looking around like, shit, I'm part of this thing. This thing is huge. I get to play my little part of the screw just holding these two parts together right here. That's all I got to do. That's it. I'm told. This is not for the faint of heart. You better want to be able to pull out your scimitar and take these people's head. And we're not talking about some modern Europeans because they've been done since the 20s. They've been done. They're only alive because of Negro, black, colored people being their source of energy. Only reason why they're around right now. Instead of being Moors, and then we could do what we're supposed to do as a nation. No, they don't want that. They want to try to call out Kudro. That's Kudro. Kudro. Because he just talks about people. So he just talks about people. Holy instruction and warnings for all young men. Even Drew Ali called out these whores that you people are repping for. Even Drew Ali called them out. Drew Ali called out these sluts, these Moorish sluts that you people are repping for. Even Drew Ali called them out. But nah. Now you hear what Kudro's saying. All right, fine. Let me hear what Noble Drew Ali's saying then. He already told you if you don't get this, he might as well kill you. We might as well just turn around and drop the world on you people because you're not up to anything anyways. It's not like you're even trying to do something. Just complaining and bitching. Holy instructions for all young men. Beware, young man. Beware of all the allurements of wantonness, and let not the harlot tempt thee to excess in her delights. The madness of desire shall defeat its own pursuits. From the blindness of its rage, thou shalt rush upon destruction. Therefore, give not up thy heart to her sweet enticements, neither suffer thy soul to be enslaved by her enchanting delusions. The fountain of health, which must supply the stream of pleasure, shall quickly be dried up, and every spring of joy shall be exhausted. In the prime of thy life, old age shall overtake thee. The sun shall decline in the morning of thy days. But when virtue and modesty enlighteth her charms, the luster of a beautiful woman is brighter than the stars of heaven, and the influence of her power, it is in vain to resist. We're not even going past there, because then you're going to get caught up in looking over here thinking, oh yeah, the roses, all these roses are thorns, stuff bent, petals missing, holes all over the leaves and all that stuff. You're talking about the beautiful rose. No, you're not going to avoid. You're not going to avoid the harlot. You need to be in your right mind to know that the lady in the red dress is an agent. The lady in the red dress is an agent. And they don't care about you. They have an agenda. The agenda is keep you confused. Keep you accessing in her delights. Keep you accessing in her delights. Because it's all science. Let's just check. The science of spiritual narcissism. They didn't tell you about that one. They're not going to tell you about the spiritual narcissism. Self-enhancement through spiritual practices can fool some of us into thinking we're evolving and growing when all we're growing is our ego. Ego is able to convert anything to its own use, even spirituality. Shogyam Trungpa. A purported benefit of mind-body spiritual practices such as yoga, meditation, and energy healing is that they help quiet the ego, providing an effective antidote to the exalted self. Exalted self, higher self, lower self, and all this stuff is in Noble Drew Ali's lessons. But you want to hear what Noble Drew Ali is saying. You want to listen to harlots. You want to be dealing with the harlots. That's what you want. Spiritual harlotry. Spiritual harlotry. You're just thinking, oh, because she's showing the camel toe. No, it's spiritual. Harlotry is the stock prophetic criticism of the worship of the people who are assimilated to ballistic forms. While the prophetic accusation of harlotry has a literal reference to the sacred prostitution of the Baal cult, it is also a metaphor that extends its meaning into the entire theology of worship. Worship that seeks fulfillment through self-expression. Worship that accepts the needs and desires and the passions of the worshiper at its baseline. Baseline, lower self, and higher self, and all that stuff is in Noble Drew Ali's lessons. In the same Quran, they told you all instructions for family, instructions for the nation, instructions for individual Moor, instructions for guy on the high horse who thinks that he's somebody, instruction for the whore, instruction for the pauper, instructions for the sick and the disabled, instructions for everybody. You don't want that. You want to be enticed by the harlots. You want the harlots to be where you're at. Raynor Memorial Libraries, Glossary of the Gothic, enchantment. The term enchant indicates that a spell has been cast over something or someone. The term enchant indicates that a spell has been cast over something or someone. Therefore, give not up thy heart to her sweet enticements, neither suffer thy soul to be enslaved by her enchanting delusions. Drawley warned you about these harlots. The predilection toward enchanting things in the Gothic is a reaction to the very real disenchantment in the Romantic age, with routines and procedures that have predictability and order, and the practice of rationally following the scientific method. The process of rationalization created the disenchanted world, yet through the Gothic, there is a non-Christian re-enchantment with the world that is linked to more ancient sources. So this is where you get the thing of the sacred prostitute. And you see all these statues with women spreading their lips and all that stuff in the split position. And then there's another woman next to her in the split position. And they ain't lesbians. And they're not into homosexuality and lesbianism and anything like that. That ain't what's going on. But these sellouts over here, they want you to be involved in the enchanting delusions. Because we're Moor, that means these highwaymen can't touch you. It doesn't mean that. These people are criminals. And their criminal nature shows once you study Noble Drawley's lessons. What's callous is the people who are on our side, that you're seeing that they're using these enchanting delusions on people. We just told you the Moor spent $3,000 a couple days ago for a trust document. 3,000 notes for a trust document. 2022, 2 days ago. Her sweet enticements. But the rage, the blindness of the rage that they are making videos about Kudro because they're going to try to prove that he's the whatever like that. They're running up into their destruction. Drawley and Allah guides this. This is not Kudro stuff. The priesthood is dead. FOH. This Grand Sheik BS. As if there's a Moorish. Everybody's sold out. What Moorish were you talking about? There's only a Moorish because of Moors like Grand Sheik Nature, Moors like ourselves that have temples, Moors like Brother Atazaz who Allah doesn't even excuse. Everything he got from the Moor of Indiana. The Moor who was there in the news and all that, everybody knew who the Moors were because of this Moor. And then the Moor gets everything, charter everything from the Moor, not founded in the basement of something or whatever like that. The Moor who said FOH to this Moor stuff because it's BS, because everybody's sold out. He said, you know what? I'm going to give this Moor everything. Because he seems like he's got the energy and whatever like that to deal with this stuff, because I don't got time for this stuff. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go be Christian. He got knocked on the door by FBI. He was a Moor like that. He was a Moor like that. FBI went to his house to talk to him about Moors. What is this? What is this thing? And then those are the line of Moors that we fashion ourselves from. We're cut from those cloths. Don't be worried about what did Kudro do to whatever like that. Who's your master teachers? Bet you some toxic son, some traitor, some sellout dirty Moor, some package seller. I bet you. Who you people listen to? Oh, we listen to, and they're going to name a traitor. They're going to name a traitor. Not assuming they're going to name a traitor. They're going to name a traitor. They're going to name a sellout of the Moorish movement. Because everybody knows where it's supposed to be by now. And people want to play games with you. And they'll keep playing games with you. Because what you want? You don't want to follow your holy instructions and warnings for all young men. And then if you just came into this yesterday, you're young. And if you're a man, then these are your instructions, young man. Do you think you're somebody because you got a beard and hair under your arms? You don't know jack. You haven't been through anything in this to know anything. This is not for the faint of heart. Not for the faint of heart. This is not for them. It's definitely not for them. Because the bottom line is that this is your movement. And it's only going to be what you make it. It's going to be nothing else. Moorish militia took this and made something. Certain people who have Moorish institutions took this and made something with it. They made something with this. They didn't just sit back, knew that they had a birthright, and they're just sitting back and doing nothing. And then sitting there while they're doing nothing, complaining about people who did more than them than their entire existence. Don't get caught. This is a divine and national movement. We're telling you, we've already showed you who these traitors are. And you still don't get it. And then the same traitors keep popping up again. What are those do? They give them a pass? Oh, nah, it's all right, you know. No, it's not all right. You're still a traitor and a sellout. Again, receipts all day.
Yeah, you can call me well. I know I ain't nothing.
Simple.
Whatever. I'm out of here.
Name the Moors that came to you.
Yeah, I don't gotta do all that.
You don't gotta do all that. You don't gotta do all that.
Behavior.
Come on, bro. Stop the BS.
Eyes can see how you act.
Stop the BS.
Anybody with eyes can see.
Stop the BS.
Manners and your etiquette.
Stop the BS. Stop the BS.
Come on, bro.
Stop the BS. Don't tell me any BS like that. If you can't handle the truth, deal with it.
Babies have more etiquette than you.
If you can't handle the truth, deal with it.
No, I'm not taking it too deep. Talking about you taking it too deep. He probably wasn't even here at the beginning. You don't know he insulted me. That's
now you're insulted. But you could call me girl, and that's not an insult. And then when I bring that up, you don't want to deal with that. You just want to deal with the fact that I insulted you. Come on, bro. You're being selfish. You're being selfish.
You being selfish. But
how am I being selfish?
I said what I said. I'm emotional. I'm all that. I'm under social engineering. I'm all that. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's nothing personal. That's just what it is. And it's not just you. There's other people too.
You don't follow me. Like I'm not a person that don't study. Like, come on, sweetheart. You got me.
Bro, you only been in here 3 years.
So
don't tell me what you're studying. That ain't nothing. 3 years ain't nothing.
I don't know.
3 years ain't nothing.
Bro, yeah.
I don't know everything.
High degrees, but look at
I don't know. No, I never said nothing about high degrees.
That's your
what are you talking about? Are you putting me on some etiquette? Please, bro. Please, lower self because what? Lower self because I'm stating facts? That's lower self?
Ain't no facts.
What fact didn't I state? Tell me a fact.
A lot of Moors, they talk like you.
Tell me a fact I didn't state.
Moors supposed to study mad different fields. How could you degrade something that you're not even studious of? You're not even.
What you mean? Cause I know it's BS. What do you mean? Because I know it's BS.
Islam, the way how you was doing, you're not even studious in that field. But I told you it wasn't even that. It was the insulting part. I know Moors got different ways of life and all that, but don't be insulting people, and that's that. You always come in every time. I've seen it plenty of times.
Right, and that was just like the guy yesterday that they're trying to justify some international tribunal. They found United States guilty of violating human rights of black people. You're an idiot. Oh, why are you insulting me? You can't insult me because we're brothers in the unity. And the unity, we got to work together. And we could use filing a class action lawsuit. Because the U.S. got found guilty by an international tribunal for violating human rights of black people who only fight for civil rights. So what are you talking about human rights for? You're an idiot. Why are you insulting me? You can't insult me because how am I supposed to come to a conclusion of the... Stop the BS. Telling me some black stuff. Justifying blackness. And then when you get called on it by Moors, because only Moors are going to call you out on your BS. Soon as we bring it up to your attention, oh, now we're rude. We're condescending. No one's going to want to join the Moorish movement if you're condescending. No one's going to want to join the Moorish movement. We don't want them kind of people to join the Moorish movement, to be honest with you. We don't need any more traitors than we got already to deal with. We got too many traitors to deal with. Because nothing could get done until you get rid of the traitors. Keep playing around like you're going to get something done. Your stuff's going to be infiltrated. Like we said, we know Moors who've been in this 8 years and they sold out to go be with some dirty Moors temple over there. When they have a temple right here, they're going to Washington to go be Moors and go to their Jubilee Day in Washington. When there's a Jubilee Day right here, the hell you going to Washington Jubilee Day for when you got Jubilee Day right here? We going to Chicago. Like what do you mean you're paying them dues but you live here?
Every time somebody disagree with you, you'll be like the first one to insult them.
Yeah, because you're a dumbass. So how much longer we got to tell you this stuff? Just like Tatri made a redundancy lesson because people just don't study. People just don't study. That's all. There's nothing going on. People don't study. How do you know I don't study? Because I was... Stop the BS. It would be seen in your activity that you study or not. Nothing else. Your works and your deeds, not your flapping lips. And we know because your toxic parents messed you up. And they kept putting, oh, baby, it's okay, baby. Now you expect to get that treatment from everybody. When you do dumb stuff, you're doing dumb stuff and you're mad that you're getting cussed out. How is a Muslim guy who doesn't have anything to do with Moors and all that stuff gonna be gun-ho to be in the meetings with the Moors? He's Muslim, yeah, not have nationality and all that stuff. Oh no, I'm a Moor. No, but what's your nationality? No, I'm a Moor. No, but like what's the nationality though? Yeah, everybody's Moor. What's your nationality? Well, I never went to the temple, so I'm not gonna say I'm Moorish American and all that BS. These people who are going to be at the Moorish meeting sponsored by Rise of the Moors are going to be liking videos online by people dissing Rise of the Moors using Kudro as the front to diss Rise of the Moors. Use Kudro at the front, diss Rise of the Moors. These are people who we know they got pictures of them with Rise of the Moors and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden they got issues with Kudro, but they don't just talk BS about Kudro. They go in there, they call Jamal Latimer and all that stuff, no bay. They don't show any Moorish picture of him. They show him the Marine pictures and stuff like that. But these are the people we're supposed to be doing meetings with for us to fix the Moorish nation and all that. People we've been cussed out. They're still in here giving their opinion and you're not cussing them out. We already cussed them out for you. You should be getting on the bandwagon beating these people with a stick. You know what? Yeah, you're full of shit because October 2020, Kudro already cussed you out for the same stuff that you're doing right now, complaining. And now, not only are you just complaining, but you're also liking Harlots' posts relative to disrespecting Jamal Bey. And we noticed that it's a militia thing, but they sectioned him off. They didn't bring up anybody else or whatever. They just sectioned him off. And then it was Moors who made this propaganda video. Have you distracted once again? Going back to your little lessons. Your little anything, anywhere you go online, you could find this stuff out to know when people are being deceptive and how they really are, and know who are the sincere people, who are the honest people, and who are the liars, who are the active people, and who are the fat, lazy people. Because we know fat people who are active. They're not, those fat people aren't the problem. At least they're trying. The fat people who do nothing but criticize and complain, like the Moor said, went to the gym, and he just had to say, damn, at least she's in here. She was like 300. Just fat. Can't even move. Can't even step over a quarter. But she was in the gym though. Getting it in. Sweating. Can't step over a quarter. At least trying to not be fat and lazy. But these harlots that you people love, these toxic sons from these toxic matriarchs that you people are telling me about, some toxic whatever. People been sold you out. Sold you to the highest bidder. And you're playing games with these people. Disrespecting Rise of the Moors. Disrespecting Moorish militia. But telling you they want to go to the Moorish meeting. They want to go to the Moorish meeting. When we fix the Moorish nation, they want to be part of it. But they don't honor Noble Drew Ali. Oh yeah, we respect him, but we honor Prophet Muhammad and all that stuff. They're Sufi and all that stuff, but they don't got nationality. But then every other fool Sufi, hey, Sufi master teacher guy, you got nationality? Let me tell you their nationality. If you want to put anything out there, push the button. If you have anything else you want to put out there. Because we already know what's up. We're not confused. We already know what's up. We're definitely not in the dark. You see people coming from miles away. Hawk already flew back and said, hey, you know what? They're about 20 miles that way. So it's time. It's time for you to stop the BS. Everybody sold you out. Accept the fact. Now let's do something now. Like, get over it. It's not some modern European. The white man didn't do anything to you. It's your own. Always been your own. It's always been your own. You don't have to be doing this. You don't gotta be doing this. But we know that there's two of you out there. Just like Matrix is based off of one individual, Neo, one guy who got unplugged. And then when you look, you see all the pods or whatever like that. One guy said, oh, hold on a second. What's going on here? Only one. Islam more.
Islam Green Sheep.
What's good?
Real. I just went up. Islam. You can hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
First, honest to the Prophet, because what you demonstrated earlier was just a perfect example of how Noble Drew Ali covered all the bases, Grand Sheik. When we think we doing something, the Prophet already did it. Like, and then, like, I love that you're bringing it out and showing people that Noble Drew Ali already did all of this. He called out the harlots right to their face. You got to read your, Circle 7 every day. He's letting them know right to their, but when Cujo do this, a problem. But it's in the Prophet's teachings. Like, it wasn't a problem then when he's calling them, when he's giving a warning to the young Moorish male Moors that, yo, you gotta be careful out here because there's horrors. It wasn't a problem then, but when the Grand Sheik do it, it's a problem. But I had to add that in there because I was like, man, the Prophet already covered everything. And that's why they was mad at him. That's exactly why they was mad at the Prophet, because the Prophet was over there calling the sellouts to their face. Exactly. That's why. Calling out you whores to your face. Calling out you sellout Boule members to your face. And that's why they had to get rid of the Prophet. But now they make it seem like Moors, these are Moors, L's and Bays, that the Grand Sheik is wrong for going at dirty Moors. When Noble Drew Ali, that was his thing. He was destroying dirty Moors, destroying it. By him making us a nation, by him reminding us that we were Moors, he ruined everything. He came at everybody. There's no higher coming act than that. Like, you messed up everything. He messed up because now corporations and stuff, the bonds and everything, he messed up everything by saying, "Oh, I now proclaim you guys a nation." Like, you messed up everything. You have a nationality. You get rid of all of that birth certificate from the colonists, Social Security. He came at everything. That's why they hated Noble Drew Ali. But Grand Sheik do it now, 2022. Oh, that's your brother and all. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? Are y'all riding with the Prophet, or y'all mad at Cujo? Like, because the Prophet called out all the dirty Moors, and Grand Sheik doing the same thing. It's either you mad at the Grand Sheik, or we're playing look at me games, and it goes back to the clickbaits. Well, if I just come at Cujo, everybody will come watch me, and we can play these popularity games. Because I noticed that too, that the clickbait for any of them people who trying to come up fast, the dirty way, first thing they do is come at Cujo. And then now I know who you are. 99% of these people who Grand Sheik show up here that's come bothering, I've never seen these people before in my life. But now, because they came at the Grand Sheik, we know who they are. They're so-called popular. But that's going to fade away. Your popularity came off of you being dirty. So you're going to fade away. But I had to add that in there, Grand Sheik. I yield the floor for right now. I had to give honors to you for showing in the writings that the Prophet came at. Like, in the writings. It's in your Holy Quran. Like, it's right there. That was perfect. I didn't even know you were going to go that way. I was shocked.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah, it's over. It was over when you did it.
Yeah. Because you can't. Drew Ali did it all. Drew Ali did it all. Everything. All we should be doing is being Moors. That's all we should be doing right now. There ain't nothing else that we should be doing. We should just be able to be Moors. That's all. Found out you're Moor? Okay, be a Moor. That's it. And then and everything is what it is. Everything's what it is. Everything was done already. But your own sold you out, and they're still selling you out. Look how they just sold out Moorish militia, and all these people were at the meeting. They were on the line, involved in conversations of whatever for the Moorish nation. And they know that they can't send the brothers, so now they're sending the harlots for you idiots. Now they're sending the harlots for you. And then you're falling for it because it's a mother. Oh, it's a mother, so we're going to listen to her because, well, why does she have her camel toe in your face? Why is there cleavage in your face? Why is the camera right on her cleavage when she's going live about law? What do we need to see your cleavage for? Thought we're studying law here or something.
Your camel toes out and we're trying to study law. That's what I got. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, whose child is this? Whose wife, girlfriend? Come get her.
Yeah,
She's
come
out
get
of
your baby
control.
mom. Come get your baby moms. Come get them. So we know Moors are these toxic people's baby fathers too.
Oh wow.
We know that too. We're talking about traitors in the Moorish movement. Then who you think their mate is? The honorable grand sheikess of the whatever? Really? Really? Stop the BS.
They're not in it. How is any of that uplifting fallen humanity? Twirling around, showing your camel toe. What is that? What does that do? What is that doing?
That's raising the mothers. That's bringing the matriarch back.
She could have did like that mother did years ago. Remember that video with the mother showing how to tie a turban?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I watched that video so many times. I was like, okay, that's how okay. Now I'm trying to learn. I'm learning. She taught me how to tie my turban. Nope, I didn't have nobody around me knows how to tie a turban. I had to watch that mother to learn how to tie a turban.
Yep. But nah, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna parade around with their camel toe out, convincing you that you're Moors, and want the honors of the mothers and all that stuff because they're matriarch. Because the sister with the fez, she wasn't wearing a shirt, so that means that we could be harlots. No, it doesn't. Good try. Nobody was running on her trying to rape her either, with her breasts out. Nobody was not making eye contact with her either.
If that's the case, why wasn't it any more biases in the Moorish Science Temple doing the same thing when the prophet was around? Like, why wasn't if the prophet? We're talking about the prophet. He should know, so he should make all the women be promiscuous like she was. They should have all been, because prophet came 100 years before you. Who are you? Who are you? So the prophet should have been on that and told all the more biases that they got to act like her, but he didn't, because that's not how you're supposed to be acting.
Mm-hmm.
That's some shit they done trying to remix dumb nigger and birthrights together so they can justify their whoreness. Like, no.
That's not Moorish. Get out of here.
You still playing? That's why I give honors to the, the de jour mothers, because it's hard to be a de jour mother. That's one of the hardest things in the world. And Gracie, we work out every day, But to be a de jure Moabitess, I think about it all the time. You know how hard it is to be a Moorish woman? Like, they make it so hard now. It's like all they have is their butt. Like they just focus on their butt. Like that's it. So when a real Moabitess comes around and it's not about that, and they showing like Khalifa Media that work that mother be putting in, like Raz Mariah, the mothers, Anna Nee, the mothers, putting the true work in. The girls who just have a butt, you just have a butt. You have nothing else. Nothing else you're gonna offer but just your body. What is that? That's not building a nation. What they're doing, getting eyelashes done, showing camel toe and all that. That's not building a nation. Islam, brother Tariq.
Peace and love, Grand Sheik.
Peace, more.
Grand Sheik, just go back to like you just said, like you just said out your own mouth. That's not Moorish at all. Like we discussed this I don't know, a week or so ago, whatever. But that's that lower self. All the NBCs are living in that lower self, and they think anything outside of that is outside the norm. They think that lower self is the norm. She think that she should be showing the cleavage, and that's how they're gonna get all the followers and all of that stuff. But that's the lower self, and that's why they coming back. It's trying to come back at you, or they trying to come back at you like you doing something wrong, and you doing exactly what should be done. If not you, who? Who else calling out all these sellouts and traitors in the movement right now, or 6 months ago, a year ago? Who? Nobody.
But Tariq, like you said the other day, the lower self is cool now.
Yeah.
They made them. Yep.
Anything outside of that is asinine. They don't know how to go there. They don't. It's above them. It takes intelligence to do anything outside of that norm. And they love ignorance. They just love the ignorance.
That's the cool thing.
That's the cool. That's the, if it's not. That's what I've saw that myself, Grand Sheik. The so-called grand sheiks or grand governors to be given a lecture or a meeting or group gathering or whatever, and they out there in Jordans and basketball jerseys. Not to say that ain't cool or whatever, but like, ain't you supposed to represent? To me, you supposed to have a certain carry yourself a certain way with this. It's not. This ain't a group. This ain't a ism. This ain't a group. This ain't a clubism. This ain't no fly by night organization that's gonna be here today and gone tomorrow. And it's not. This ain't none of that shit. And I think a lot of people really think that. They think that, oh well, if I got on this and say I'm a Moor, then it's gonna get this demographic or this amount of people to my page and to my likes, and they're gonna follow me and they're gonna believe what I say because I'm just regurgitating information that I heard somebody else say and putting my twist on it with a dollar sign attached to the end of it. And that's what a lot of people are falling for. But ignorance of the law, ignorance is no excuse.
You're gonna get beaten in the head.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. You're gonna learn. You're gonna get the headshot, just like we were saying in the book of Zen. You're gonna get the rap on your knuckles that's gonna make you wake up and stop doing BS.
And I understand the ignorance to a certain extent and the neglect, even especially coming fresh into this knowledge, coming from out of the church or whatever the case is or whatever. I can understand. But if you do your due diligence and study it, like I said, if my child can get it, anyone can get it. It's not rocket science.
It's really not. It's really not.
Islam.
Yeah, more.
Now, to add on real quick, because y'all reminded me, I've been wanting to share this for a while. I was reading in an article now, because y'all Moors, so y'all can break it down. Because they, you know how they speak, but don't tell the whole truth all the way. So I'm gonna say what they said, but I know Moors can comprehend. So in the book, it was talking about a so-called Indian, and it wasn't what I was looking for, but I learned something that this guy. Now look, they said he was from Orleans, right? It wasn't even New Orleans. He was from Orleans, but because he accepted their virtue, he was from New Spain. I said, now how the fuck is that possible? And then I started thinking, I'm like, oh shit, that's what happened. That's the whole thing. That's the entire thing. Because we accepted their virtue, which is everything listed, their way of thinking, their way of dress, their way of interacting, whatever, their way of virtue, where now I'm from Walmart, you know what I mean? Like I'm a citizen of Walmart and all, we accept that virtue. So now because we accept that virtue, that's what it is. But then it hit me again. It said, oh, but your prophet said, go back to that state of mind and your forefather. I said, God damn, man, he's the man. He's the man. He's the man. Like if you go, you don't accept their virtue anymore. Long as you're not in their and that goes back to law, because we know jurisdiction, all of them, you know what I mean? All the jurisdictions, you know how they're all listed.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes back to law, you know, subject matter jurisdiction, whatever jurisdiction, but the state of going back to that state of mind of your forefathers and foremothers and not accepting their virtue. Because like I said, the dude was from Orleans. That's what we know this Morocco, but they're saying he was from Orleans, but because he accepted their virtue, he was from New Spain. I say, yo, look at this shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yup, because he was a fucking straddler, sellout, traitor. He knew who he was supposed to be. But because he wanted to play, oh, well, we can get a benefit if we call ourselves Brown and sue under Brown. But you have to play their game. Now you're in their virtue. You're under their, and I said, that's the whole problem. People still trying to get a benefit, but as soon as you try to play, well, we can get a benefit if we do. You gotta go under that virtue, and
that right there, brother. That's the whole thing right there. Going under that virtue, and that virtue translates into
being a
being
sellout.
being a sellout, which in turn translates into being accepted, quote unquote. You gotta think, most of us that are large majority of us faithful Moors that are active, we are shunned. We looked at like we the bad people, You know, we looked at like the information we sharing is counterproductive or unconstitutional or unlawful, however you want to word it. So we looked at as the bad people when we're the light bringers. We're the ones just trying to get you dumb, sleepy ass Negroes out of the state that you in and bring you to this knowledge to share with you, that, you know, let you to stop being subjugated and treated the way your rights being violated the way they are. No more, no less. And we shun for that. That's why I said it's the whole flip flop, where if you're not living in that whorish, dope boyish, shiny car monetary system, if you're not living in that system, then you, that's the norm, then you lost in the sauce. That's the way they made it.
Brother Tariq,
Islam.
but real quick before Brother Menelik go in, because I know he's going to destroy it. I take very much pride in that shunness. I love that shunness, because it go right back to what you said. If I have to be shunned, so I don't have to be a dumb nigger, a drunk out here shooting my own brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? If I have to get shunned, yeah, shun me. Please shun. Like I'm being shunned right now. Grant Sheik can vouch for it. Like he knows my personal business. You know what I mean? Like it's a very crazy time right now I'm having in my life, and I can't even be a part of it because of the information I know. They're like, no, you can't come around. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy to me, but I take pride in that. I'm not. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I got to that level where if he comes around here, shit gets different. I said, that's right.
Yeah.
But that's right. Yeah,
That's right, brother Yusuf. I'm that same way. I've always been that quote unquote black sheep or standoffish or didn't get along well with others or everybody else in the family or whatever. And now since I put this on, it's like that tenfold. And
Man.
I welcome it because
I appreciate you for that too, man.
it
All
gives
you
me
boys for
more
that.
peace with the time and that I get to spend by myself to study. I would rather be doing nothing else. So
Yep.
Islam, Morris.
Islam.
Islam, brother, Middle Lake. Islam.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to camel back off you guys, and you know what I mean, and really, put down some real, perspective on certain dirty Moors that's been out here trying to, change the narrative and trying to get new Moors to ride on their coattail because they know if they don't have a certain amount of Moors on their side, you see what I'm saying? Their information, whatever they're doing, is not going to fly. Nobody's not even going to pay attention to them. You see what I'm saying? So now, you know what I mean? For the couple of like 2-3 days, I seen Grand Sheik go in, like destroy these people. And then my Moabite, she's sitting on the side like, well, damn, who fuck with Cujo? I said, this is just all boiling from the pot. You know what I mean? It's like how you try to, you know what I mean, really deal with certain people and you try to deal with them on an intellectual level and try to really, you know what I mean, give them some information so they can, have a different perspective on what the bullshit or the ignorance that they are so, you know what I mean, accustomed to. You see what I'm saying? So after you try to uplift these people, you see what I'm saying? And they still want to be dummies and get in the car and crash the fuck out after you had instructed them and gave them the right information. They turn around and they still crash out. So that will just make some people just say, you know what? It's time to get niggerish now because they don't want to be Moors. So I'm going to have to scimitar them. And at the same time, when I scimitar them, I'm going to give them the reason why I'm scimitaring. You see what I'm saying? So everything boils up to a certain point. Then dealing with Rod Hayes, right? He wants to get up there and try to, act like he's this, that, and the third, but want to downplay the Moors. Want to say, well, I'm not a Moor in that aspect. And, going to get a nationality, that's quasi. And, he's not being specific. Okay. He's playing games and he's running around, you know what I mean? Just like DJ Toombe, when me and Kasir put his monkey ass in a tomb. You see what I'm saying? For his lies and his dirtiness. You know what I mean? Because these Moors don't understand that Moors are, just like Yusuf said, we got knowledge, motherfucker. And we'll be damned if we sit there and let your funky ass operate, dirty, clandestine ass operate the way you think you finna operate. No. The scimitar is sharp. And before you even start operating, we're going to take one of your hands. Okay. And if that don't work, we're going to take the other hand. Then you won't be operating nothing because that's our responsibility. That is Moor's responsibility. Once you get this information and you know it, that's our responsibility because we are the vanguards of this movement. Because the prophet said, Moors, I brought this to you guys. This is your movement. So if you letting these dirty, clandestine, funky, grimy, okay, mixing Moorish science with niggerism, okay, you have to be put in your place. I'm sorry. You're going to have to be put in your place because, first of all, we're supposed to be demonstrating how Moor is supposed to be moving. Okay, The prophet said we upright, pure, and clean. Period. So if we're upright, pure, and clean, that means we have to function in that way. So if people are still functioning in a Negro capacity, okay, and the Grand Sheik, he has to address that. He has to address it. Because just like I said before, it's a lot of Moors that will sit up there and listen to certain Moors and think that that's the right information, when in actuality it's not. It's quasi, and the quasi nationality is the naturalization. Okay, that's quasi. All right. So why don't they be specific on what he's talking about? What you mean nationality is quasi? What you talking about? Oh, you mean that the nationality that you go fuck with the United States corporation, fucking with the social security card and the birth certificates, doing that fucking way will put your ass back in enslavement, because those two instruments belong to the United States corporation. That's why everything's influx right fucking now, because of their playing in your fucking pockets, playing in your estate. That's why everything is rising the way it is. But you Moors want to go ahead and go back into that. You can't go back into that. The prophet already was the man. He said, you Moors, y'all gonna come into your own in 2020. You see what I'm saying? In 2020, you're gonna come into your own. You're gonna know. You're gonna know. So when these funky gurus, okay, start trying to act like they know more than studious Moors, then that has to be scimitar. I'm sorry. I don't care how they look at it. They can say, well, those Canaanland Moors, they a little bit drastic. They too extreme. No, we're not. No, we're not. We are principle based, and we are moral based. Okay, principles and morals. That's how we function. And if it's not the principles, love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, equality, well then what is else to function on? What is else to function on? Please explain to me what is else to function on, when the prophet said enforce the Constitution, okay, and be upright, pure, and clean, okay, study law, okay, and this is your movement. So why we got all these Europeans in our shit? Why we got all these other peoples in our stuff? See what I'm saying? Now, I can understand uniting of Asia. I understand that. I can understand the East meeting the West. I understand that. But at the same time, you have to respect Moors. Period. And if you're not respecting Moors, Mr. Rod Hayes, well, I'm not a Moor, and but I do Moorish science, and I do know about the quasi nationality, and that's not gonna afford your nation. You gotta be tribal and shut the fuck up, nigga. Just shut up. Just shut up, because that's not gonna go, and that's not gonna fly with studious Moors. That's not gonna fly with studious Moors, Mr. Rod Hayes. That's not gonna fly. Where's your L? Where's your Bay? Where's your turban? Where's your fez at? At least the dirty Moors, at least they're enslaving you with the turban and the fez on. You coming out here nilly willy style. Nilly willy. And you think Moors supposed to respect that? Please, man. All the dogma. And then they want to talk shit about our prophet. The prophet was he tried. No, fool. The prophet came with hadiths, and he came with a Quran. Every prophet comes with a holy book. And who's the prophet in these days and times, Moors? Who's the prophet? It's Sharif Abdul Ali.
Wow.
So you know what I mean, Moors? I just wanted to put that in, you know what I mean, because a lot of people, you know what I mean, take what Moors do out of context. They take what Moors do out of context, and then they want to say, well, Taj is with them. and you know, Taj gave him the okay, and you know, well, Taj is an elder. Taj been doing and holding shit down for a long time, but Taj can't hold everybody fucking hand. Okay, all right. This for all studious Moors. Like Taj can't hold every Moor's hand. Just because I seen people take pictures with certain Moors, that don't still negate the fact that these niggas is dirty. Or was with or in the picture with a master teacher. Or in the you see what I'm saying, Moors? It's like, no, you need to be trying to get on the level as the master teacher. You're supposed to be getting on their level. Because ain't nobody gonna save you. The prophet said, take this and save yourselves. Then once you save yourselves, then you can turn around and uplift humanity. Uplift humanity. That's all Moors is trying to do, is uplift ourselves so we can do more for ourselves. That's all. It's not in that contemperament that Moors have to really be out here really helping anybody. But we do that because that's our principles, those are our morals, and these are our people. Okay? All right? So if the prophet made it his business, we making it our business, because Moorish science, Moors, is our business. Period. So when you have these dirty Moors come in, oh well, the prophet didn't bring that, and the prophet didn't do this, and this is a religious organization, and the prophet tried to bring it the way he did, and this, that, and the third. No, Islam, more. Yeah, but I'm talking right now. I'll holler at you later. Go in the house. Okay. But yeah, so that's how we're supposed to be looking at certain things, as far as, you know what I mean, these dirty individuals that out here, you know what I mean, we'll break our necks and give them views. We'll break our necks to give them Federal Reserve notes. We'll break our necks to do these certain things for these Moors, and it ain't even conformity with what the prophet brought. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I really do mean it. Moors, we need to stop being people's scapegoats, and we have to stop showing love to certain people who don't deserve it. And that's how we're gonna make everything come into conformity with the right information, okay, and with the upright truth. Because if we keep on, you know what I mean, giving these people, bigging these people up, watching these people on their platforms and sending them any type of donations, then we the fools, because we getting played at the end of the day. So I yield the flow with that, Moors and Islam.
Islam, Moor. You got something, Brother Tariq?
Oh no, I'm just listening. I'm just enjoying it. I'm just listening, brother. I just didn't turn my camera off.
Islam. If any more has got anything else, because after that one there, you shouldn't need to be told anything else after that. So it's just the fact. It's just the fact. Certain people you're going to have to start cutting off. Stop listening to them. They're here to cause confusion.
Yeah, exactly, Grand Sheik, exactly. See, we think that, you know, that's a Moor. He got his feds on. He say Islam. He do the study with us, and we wanna give them all the admiration. You know what I mean? We want to show them love. You see what I'm saying? Because anybody that's walking around with a fez and turban on, you know what I mean, I want to show them love, because, you know, I already know the struggle of what a Moor have to go through. So once we see another Moor, yay, another Moor, he's doing the studies. He's in this with me. I'm not by myself. And then you turn around, he goes do left shit. You understand, Moors? We can't allow these dirty Moors to be around us. They can't even be around our circumference. We're gonna have to get the scimitar on their ass too. Once we find out that they dirty, you understand? If we find out that they doing, once we tell them certain things, how to move and do this, that, and the third, and they go behind our backs and move the way that we told them not to, well, Morris, we know it's we know it's a problem. We know it's a problem. We know that they're not really here to be uplifted. They're not really here. They here to cause confusion. They here to break up whatever we got going on.
Well, they said none of that. They cut him quick fast. They said none of that. More's on point, as usual.
Grand Sheik, I got a question before we cut out.
Oh yeah, More, go ahead.
Okay, so this is just a general question in general, just for you to answer or whatever. Like, and I'm pretty sure I've asked it before, but I just don't get it. I don't get it. What is so hard about stating the fact and proclaiming the fact that I am a Moorish American? Like, what's so hard about that to some people? Like, I was watching you with whatever, I can't think of his tag name or whatever, but the Bud guy or whatever that's up in Seattle yesterday or whatever, and I was understanding the points on both sides, but his, like you kept addressing, his just kept coming back to something to do with Negro, black, or colored. Everything he said, it just kept coming back to Negro, black, or colored. And civil rights, not human rights. Like, he wasn't getting that the reason why none of that is being accomplished or getting nowhere with it because they don't have a nationality attached to it. They don't have, it's not representing the nation. He just wasn't getting that.
What further makes it this thing about how don't you get this? Because he has a nationality. He's Nigerian and Cameroon. Like, how don't you get what we're talking about? Unless
which he stated, but in that business that he's trying to get into, that NBC come into play, and in order for him to get and to go by, then he got to abide by what they say under that tag, or else they ain't gonna let him join their club.
Yep.
And that's what it is.
Yep.
It's just baffling to me. Like, what else is it gonna take for, out of all the Pan-Africanism and the pro-black and the whatever else it is out there? Like, what else is it gonna, what's so hard about saying I'm a Moor? Okay, you get that you ain't black. You not an adjective. You get that. Okay, then what the fuck are you then? And what are you? It just it just hurts your tongue to say that I'm a Moor, like it, and some people act like that.
That's how you know the hex is real. That's how you know that Inquisition, torture, and all that stuff was real.
That shit crazy.
Yep.
That's how real it was. Inquisition torture was for Moors today to not be Moors. They can't even utter it. They can't even utter I'm a Moor. As soon as you bring up Islam to them, they're running.
And if you just did a little bit of historical study, you would see that part right there, where it was literally what's the name of the movie, Roots? It was literally Kunta Kinte'd out of us, literally.
Yep.
Yeah. You wearing a turban or fez? Nope. Yo, 14 days in the stocks. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I thought I saw you getting ready to kneel towards the east or whatever it is. Yep, you get 21 days in the hole.
Yep, the literal hole.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Crazy.
But you know what though, Morris, it's like with the with everything that's going on what's everything that's going on. We can make sure that we see things for what they are and correct it before it gets out of hand.
That's right and exact. Straight.
Yeah, you mentioned that too, Grand Sheik. I think that was on your earlier thing on IG, something about how we can see stuff 200 miles away or whatever. But that goes back to that, like I was just saying just a minute ago, being by myself and studying and stuff like that. That gives me, and being a Sagittarius, that gives me a clear line of sight. That means that I'm, a sharp. My scimitar is always sharp because I'm always studying.
Yeah.
I'm always by myself, so that lends me time to sharpen and study my sword. So then I do have that clear line of sight. So I see the bullshit and the package seller and the quote unquote temple Moors and all. I see that shit from a mile away. So don't even try it.
Yeah.
And you're speaking to those Rise of the Moors haters and everybody that got something to say about Jamal and this, that, and the other, or Rise of the Moors or whatever. Look around the quote unquote Moorish movement anywhere. I don't care where you're looking at. Look at who was doing what Brother Jamal was doing, who right now, today, is doing what Brother Jamal and Rise of the Moors was doing before he got in his little situation. A year later now, and is doing now, continuing to do now that he's out of his situation. Who else is doing that?
Yeah.
Remember, us Moors, we got receipts. We got receipts. Jamal is a walking receipt. All the other 10 Rise of the Moors militia affiliates, they are the receipts. We got receipts. What y'all got? Y'all just running y'all mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I yield, Grand Sheik.
Islam. I don't know if you saw that question on the screen. Somebody's asking about books for their
Oh
library.
yeah, I can answer that, Grand Sheik. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him what books he need. The books he need is the Black's Laws Dictionary 1, 2, 3, 4, and you need to go to RV Bay Publications. And study there. And once you get understanding overstanding of studies, then you go and go get your nationality. Okay, and then I suggest you to be on there for at least 2 years. Hard body.
Khalifa Media as well. It's another source.
Yeah, Khalifa Media as well. Yep.
So remember too that the whole point of a library is to have a within and a without. So whatever's on the library should be a reflection of what is in the mind. So if you go over there and then you see, their library is just porn magazines, you know that there's a problem here.
Great. See, that's the same thing. That's the same thing I was telling. That's the same thing I was telling some brothers the other day, because a lot of us think that if I got this nationality card, quote unquote, if I got this nationality card, it'll stop them from, and it'll make them not, and it's this golden shield that's gonna prevent everything in the world from happening to me. And I'm like, man, look, I had to whip mine out my wallet. Mine still looks brand new from the time I got it almost 7 years ago. because I've never taken it out of my wallet. I've never had to. Everything that ID card conveys, I can convey and articulate in an intelligent tone.
Yep.
If I couldn't, I wouldn't be wearing this fez, and we wouldn't be traveling in this conveyance with no tags and XYZ and this, that, and the other. But I do that because I have that knowledge. I have that level of knowledge. You may not be that competent to do that.
And they're probably not.
And they're not. I'm running into that issue right now. I just spoke about trying to help a brother out and this, that, and the other with some stuff he got into, but he is not getting it. He's not getting it, and he continuously wants to go into subject matter. Like he wants to go into subject. He wants to attack subject matter with all this law case and this, that, and the other, but he don't want to address the status and jurisdiction. He don't want to address that part. Oh.
Yeah, Moor, and I wanna camel back off you and tell Moor this. RV Bay Publications, and we got Khalifa Media, and after that, it's more studies after that.
Yep.
We got Oshango L. We got Moors here that has a high level of knowledge, okay, and that can operate and function. So before we can even get up into those clouds, you need to go through the university first. And if you can't hack the university there, then this is not for you, because this information will get you effed up if you can't intellectually simulate it.
Yeah. Straight up.
So don't be crying about the Moors. Well, and Taj told me to do this. Now, fool, what about what you said?
Yeah. Well, you said. Forget Cujo said. Forget Menelik said. Forget Grand Sheik over there said. What you say? Because if you're on truth, you'll be saying the exact same thing that we're saying. If you're really on truth.
Islam, Noble. Islam, Grand Sheik.
Islam, Brother Yusuf.
Islam. I just another reference too, but they might run it. They're gonna run into it when they go on Blog Talk RV Bay would be Blog Talk Radio, and start from the beginning, from the first classes, because it's a lot of information in the Blog Talk Radios in the very beginning classes. They had constitutional class for weeks. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stuff on those Blog Talk Radios. And to add on what Brother Tariq was saying, with Moors think they're gonna get them IDs and they're not gonna have any problems anymore. When he was saying it, it reminded me, like, you know, because Moors, we love using the Matrix a lot, like, because it just like, you know, because when we wake up, we look at it like we like the Neo stuff with Moors, but even when Neo went into the Matrix or whatever, came out the Matrix or whatever, the problems got worse. It wasn't he, you know, had the office job and now you came out of the office job and now your life is going to be luxury. We said this before. You're going back. It's slop time now. Now it's, remember they were eating slop. You don't get to eat the luxury things anymore. And it's not just the highwaymen you worried about. You got a bunch of Agent Smiths that are running around that you're going to be worried. There's no ID. There's no law for these Agent Smiths. You know what I mean? Like,
Brother Yusuf, what's for lunch? What's for lunch?
we're eating slop for lunch.
What's for dinner? What's for dinner?
We're eating slop for dinner. We're eating slop for dinner. We're eating slop for lunch. Like, and if you're on your one meal a day, whatever, yo, it's one meal of slop. Like, what do you it's nothing special. You're not going to that. You're getting your green smoothie. That's what you're getting. You're not getting your 8-ounce steak, 16 30. No, you're not getting no more of that. No more of that. All that's out the window. It's slop time. And highwaymen, that's your least worries. Grand Sheik's dealing with Agent Smiths every 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes. You don't even have time to deal with a highwayman. You got agents on your ankles just biting at you like everywhere. Highwaymen, you don't even have time. You don't even think about them most of the time because there's so many agents and provocateur opportunists around once you get into the knowledge. Like, you'll see it. All that other stuff, when, like, I think about it now, Neo working in the office, you go to work, pay your little bills. You know what I mean? It's easier that way. You be self-sufficient and try to do on your own and be a Moor and not try to straddle. Like I said earlier, you remember, it's slop time. It's slop time. And I don't think a lot of people comprehend that. They come in, with the rubbing the genie bottle. You know what I mean? They think they're going to rub this genie bottle, get the little wishes, and everything's going to be it's slop time.
Yeah, brother Yusuf. So imagine how coming into this knowledge and we could see the agents. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. I can't think of the name of that one movie where it's the European and the brother in the movie, and he trying to get them they fight in the alley, trying to get them to put these glasses on so he could see the he could see the other people for what they really are, not for what they appear to be.
I know what movie you was talking about. I forgot the name.
It's an older, like, 80s movie. That shit, maybe I'm too old. That shit is old though. But it's just like that because, like I've said before, once you put these glasses on, you can't take them off because you literally see the agents. Not only do you see them, but you see them for what they are, and you see the sellout that they conscribing to on a daily basis, like really on a daily basis. So if you could put these glasses on and see the agents, just imagine how people just functioning through life that don't even got a partial view through these glasses at all, and they just going through everyday life, just like it's the norm.
It's definitely the norm.
Yep.
But you fighting them to put them glasses on.
Yep.
Yeah, just like in that movie, man. They was banging in that alley. You gonna put these glasses on and see what I'm trying to show you.
That's exactly what Moors be trying to do.
Yeah. That's what I used to be doing. I was damn near like a Hebrew Israelite. Come here, brother. You go read this. Let me tell you about Noble Jew Ali. Like I was that for about a year, and I had to cool my jets. It was like, man, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So, and they've come gradually, slowly but surely. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yep. It is what it is, Morris. And we just gonna keep on doing the good fight because that's what we're here for. We here to do the upliftment like our prophet instructed us to do.
Yep. That's all we're here for. Do that work that Drew Ali said we're gonna do. You know what I mean? We're it. Ain't nobody else coming. Honors to all the Moors who were Moors before us and putting out this work. So we could know.
Grand Sheik, you know what? Every time I look at the numbers in the little chats that you host, or the lives that you be on, or that we be on, or whatever, the good Moorish platforms or whatever, and I look at the numbers, you know, I almost get disheartened, but then I just smile and think about it. Like the prophet said, it's only gonna be a handful of us. You know, so that's all right. It's only gonna be it's gonna be a small number of us. So that's what it's supposed to be. But then seeing all the numbers behind the trade out and the fuckery and shit, that shit is just crazy.
Yeah, the sellout platforms.
Yeah.
Yep. Straight up. You know how they do. You know. We know. Honest all the Moors worldwide. Any closing remarks, Moors?
Yeah, I just want to say one more thing, Moors, before you get up out of here, Grand Sheik. Yeah, I want to say one thing. I want to say, Islam, to all the faithful Moors, keep doing what y'all doing. Do not stop.
Straight.
In Islam.
Islam, Moor.
Islam, peace and love, Grand Sheik.
Peace, Moor. Islam to all the Moors worldwide. We're here. Peace and love. Oh, yeah. And honors to Dr. Aleem for cussing out Rod Hayes the other night. Cussing off all you idiots listening to somebody who's stateless. Letting you know. You listening to somebody stateless. Wrap your knuckles with the good ruler. Quack, quack. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. I'll give it to you one more time before we close up.
My D don't expire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel. Unstoppable agents should just retire. I'm from the empire. No matter what you say, I'm from the empire. L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days. I'm from the empire. Drew Ali, rock the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire. Energy likes to flow, don't dam it up. Keep growing, let them hate and get mad at us. They ain't really had enough. So the truth we keep hammering till it's a part of every part, and there's no more battling, no more denying who you really are. Imagine if there were no Moors denying who they really are. A Lodio, no rentors, hire yourself the mentor. Dirty Moors and temptors, caveat emptor. When I look below, I see the road where schemes work, where traitors grin, where the culprits and the fiends lurk. What it seems first might not be what it is. View the world through the pineal, not your other lids. Now you know just what it is. There's no hiding in the age of Aquarius. Various truths now known to the average man, and I'm glad it is. A fake life ain't what I'm with. Support the real, not the fraudulent. Facts are non-debatable, this is not an argument. And why they say I'm not going back and forth with you? All combos are back and forth, so what's the issue? You need some tissue for your crybaby ways. I'm from the empire, not a slave. I'm amazed how many people in denial to this day refuse to turn away from the path that leads straight to the grave. I'm from the empire. Don't inspire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel. Unstoppable agents should just retire. I'm from the empire. No matter what you say, I'm from the empire. L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days. I'm from the empire. Drew Ali, rock the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Yeah, road tax, income tax, inheritance tax, no interest value added tax, and add more tax on top of that. They picking straws like these lotto man. Legalese by these legal teas, you be catching feelings, paying all these fees. Naturally, commonly, the law applies to humanity without a loss or injury. Shawshank, We free. Psychotherapy publication, RV. The more price you don't like, you must be crazy. Sell me out and call it brotherly. 20,000 and be talking Philly. That's why Julie told you to study, cause niggas love money. So buyers beware, package sellers, nine feathers, L's and bays. They come in all shapes and forms with agent ways. What you paying for? A star in the moon. Pyramid, compass, two trinities and three threes. You pay for Islam when that's free. It's who I am, evergreen, repping everlasting life. They channeling my energy over candlelight. Pentagon, 5 points, ignite. The Empire strikes.
My D don't expire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel, unstoppable. Angels should just retire. I'm from the Empire. No matter what you say, I'm from the Empire. L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days. I'm from the Empire. Drew Ali, rock the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.
Then we burn fire, tie up traitors, cut off tongues of liars, thought power, make them cower and raise flames higher. Burn to crisp dirty Moors, and opportunist scheming. Have you not mastered fruition, just believing? Have you in Balenciaga, not a duality? Our empire bumps wild hellfire and duality. Feathers or turbans, with no shrine of symbols, or talk tassels. Nobles, not vassals, temples or castles, scimitars or moon phases. Lions roam, birds sing from no cages, ageless. Elders with the staff, purple amethyst, round tables. The day's order, nationality, no false labels. Shadow in their stables, felt for missing fables. Disconnected, no energy through Allah's cables. Missing the message that's hidden in questions. Have no regrets in life, just learn lessons. Turn curses into blessings, not blessings. In public, stay private, keep them guessing. Ceilings like the heavens, as foreigners obsess our possessions. When given our sacred resins, judicial confessions bring up reflections of past life regressions. Ancient royalty had processions and no depressions. His quest for knowledge made mental health flourish and told me never deny that my empire is Moorish.
My D don't expire, my legs don't tire. Vibration getting higher, my soul is on fire. With the holy zeal, how I feel, unstoppable. Angels should just retire. I'm from the Empire. No matter what you say, I'm from the Empire. L's, Bays, Al's, Ali's, and Days. I'm from the Empire. Drew Ali, rock the truth, you a liar. That's why you gotta plot, scheme, and conspire.